Hezzy back to the line. Boom, and one. Rayline at the top of the key. Buries the third. Wide open look for Olsen here. Back to back. And look at extra gobbling him up underneath. Great rebound there by Beauchamp. Good evening and welcome to the Watertown Civic Arena for tonight's home basketball game between the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles and your Watertown Arrows. My name is Sam Mooney, and joining me in the booth is the handsome and talented Brian Norberg.
We're back.
We are. So a couple of housekeeping issues here before we get started. I'm excited to announce that the last few months that Arrow TV, the Watertown School District, and Dakota Land Federal Credit Union have been working together to come to a partnership to continue to bring Arrow TV. We've come to that agreement. The school board was great enough to accept that last night, and so Arrow TV will be brought to you exclusively by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union and Dakota Financial Services for the next 3 years. So we're excited about that. A couple things of what that means is that Arrow TV is going to be fully funded for the next 3 years. And then means that we're going to be able to do some different things. We're going to give away some MVP shirts every home game next year. We're going to be able to pay the students for their work behind the camera. And then we'll get you one of these fancy shirts next year.
I thought that's where we'd get into my contract, but
Yeah.
those terms are still being hammered out.
Yeah,
I'm sure,
we'll work it out.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
what a good
exciting
deal. That's big news.
Yeah.
Big news. Congrats. That's awesome.
Appreciate
Congrats
that.
to Arrow TV and the school, and I think Arrow TV and the school benefits, but that's great from Dakota Land. Awesome.
Yeah, and so just quick shout out to Heidi Clausen for all her work and efforts and talents in making that happen. Craig Boyens, Ryan Remmers, and then of course the people behind the scenes at Dakota Land. So super exciting. So now that we got that housekeeping out of the way, Arrows are coming off of a massive win Friday night against Roosevelt.
That was a big win.
Huge.
Really good road win. Really, let's be honest, coming off a kind of a downer on Tuesday at home, right? I think we all kind of left the gym that night. That was a tough one. And to turn around, bounce back, and show the resilience to beat a really good and talented Roosevelt team that pressured us all night. And really from 4 o'clock on, they pressure you with full court defensive pressure. Really good win. And I think you and me have said multiple times, what's our best performance of the year? I guess, who cares? But that was a good one. That was a gritty win on the road. That was a massive win, and there was so many different things about that were really good. But as I was watching, Jake kind of got back into rhythm. Yeah, it was good to see Jake hit some bucket. You could see that confidence grow a little bit. And yes. I think everyone was really happy for Jake, and another real complete effort by everyone. We could go down the list of just another balanced scoring attack, but really the plays they made
and a high scoring 80 points.
Yeah,
high for the year.
Yeah, I guess you're right. And I was gonna say there was just a lot of plays we had to make down the stretch. Not scoring wise, but just getting that rebound. I know Marcus Rebound got a rebound there. It just came out of nowhere. Cohen Kranz didn't have his best game, but then in the fourth quarter made plays for us. Yeah. So it was a complete team effort and really good to see for those guys.
And if you're other teams across the state, you do not want to play these Arrows in the Sodak 16. This is a team that's beat O'Gorman, that's beat Washington, that's beat Roosevelt, that beat Huron, that beat a good peer team.
Yeah, we have some good wins on the record. We've kind of yo-yoed a bit. We've had some peaks and valleys like most teams, and I think we talk about the Arrows. I think in most situations, take away maybe Mitchell and Harrisburg, I think pretty much everyone in AA has ridden the roller coaster a little bit and have been up and down. And I just think it speaks to the parity of the league this year, and so it's going to be a very interesting postseason. Everyone's in the mode right now with 3 or 4 games left. They're in the mode to try to get as many points as they can down the stretch to try to get that as high a seed point as they can get, and hope to get a home game, I'm sure, is the goal for a lot. But at the same time, Sam, you talk about it, does it really matter a whole lot whether you're anywhere from 3 to 3 to 12,
Sure.
they're all going to be interesting games.
Well, and one thing that we have the benefit and the luxury of talking about up here that I know Coach McClemens and the players don't want to talk about, we get the advantage of looking forward, right? So like they're just concentrating right now on Central, but the Arrows got 4 games left. They got Central tonight, which this is a winnable game for them, and we'll talk about that more. And then they've got Yankton, which is a very winnable game for them. But then they've got Harrisburg, and then they go to Huron, and not all in order.
Yeah.
They go to Huron first, and then finish up with Harrisburg. But this is a very important game for them, right? Like they got to have this one.
Important for everyone.
Yeah.
Aberdeen would be telling you the same thing.
Yep, for sure.
And honestly, you want to get a coach in a bad mood, you'd start talking to him about looking like, hey, these 4 games.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We can do it.
We can do it. Absolutely.
Yes, they definitely can.
No, absolutely. So they know each game is important. Every quarter is important. Every possession is important. And it's a fun time of year here in February. February just flies by. It's a short month, but in the world of basketball, it just flies by. And pretty soon we're going to be at tournament time.
So let's talk about Aberdeen. We touched base on how well Watertown's doing of late. We talked about the big win against Roosevelt. Let's turn our attention to Aberdeen. And you may or may not, but definitely do know a little bit about the coach.
Yeah. Well, and we used to, battle it out on the sidelines here here and up at Aberdeen, and that was always interesting. We definitely had some battles. Brent's up there now, 19th season. Kind of crazy to think about. And I see on the graphic there talking about leading Chester to the state title in 2004. And you talk about a good basketball team. They had really good players. Brandon White, who's the head coach at Harrisburg now for the football team, he was on that team. Is that a picture of Brent there? 43? Yeah. Down in Brookings. Yep. And Brent, let's talk a little about the playing career. I mean, we can't talk about his coach without talking about his playing career.
Sure.
Lefty shooter, Sam.
Wrong-handed.
Yeah, lefty shooter. So some left-handers have a broke jumper, and some are just, they got a sweet lefty stroke. That's what he had. He was a 6'1" on a good day. Actually played the 5-man for him. So he played post. Nice. And Brent Palmer, Jamie Hansen, Mark Rector, those guys, and I'm missing a few. They were really the group of guys. And I think anyone listening knows that when Craig Uveling came to Watertown in the late 80s, the early 90s is when this thing really got going, and is really credited to Coach Uveling, his staff. And then, when these guys were juniors, they had a very good team. Heath Rylance was a senior, one of the few seniors on the team, but these guys, Brent's class, were juniors, and so they got it going. And then the next year, they're ranked #1 in the state at times. They get to the state tournament. They didn't get it done in the state tournament, but an absolutely phenomenal team to watch. And their tallest guy, I think Brent Palmer, had sprouted up to about 6'3" at the time, but that was kind of the beginning of it, Sam. Sure. where things really got rolling. And then the rest is history after that. There was just a ton of good Watertown teams after that, but they got it started.
So let's shift our focus back to Aberdeen. We're going to talk about your brother a lot today, right? We'll talk about.
Yeah, I'm looking for Christmas gift, birthday gift type thing. I'm kind of angling towards that.
That makes sense. Yep. But let's talk about some of his players. So last year they were led by Spencer Barr, and Spencer's gone this year. But Spencer averaged 18.5 points per game last year. He's currently playing basketball in Jamestown right now. But now they're led really by Parker Lamar, right? I mean, he's kind of the guy for him.
Yeah, it seems to be, and if you look at their points per game, they're very balanced scoring.
Yeah.
So they don't have any one individual, according to the stats we have, that are actually averaging double figures, but they got a bunch of guys right around that 8 and 9 area. So pretty similar to us in the regards that any given night, someone can step up and be the leading scorer. And I know lately, like you mentioned, Lamar, he's really been good for them all year. The Fritz, I wanted to say Fritz character. I don't know if he's a character or not, but he's a good ball player.
He is a good ball player.
Grant Fritz, though, he's a post player, somewhat undersized, but sneaky, athletic. If you watch the Harrisburg film, he goes down the lane and hammers one. He's really been, he had 23 on Harrisburg. I think since then he's maybe had 15 points and 17 points respectively. He's really progressed. And I know Brent, just talking to Brent after the first game, we played him up there. The Phillips kid is probably further along maybe than what he thought he'd be at this point as well. So They really do have some weapons, just balanced weapon. There's on the screen, we have we have Brendan right there with nine a game, so he's right at that 10 points a game. Does a lot of different things for them. So you're gonna have to guard everyone on the floor tonight.
There's this Aberdeen Central team is pretty talented. They've got a lot of multi-sport athletes. It starts with Cooper Eisenbeis, who is going to Northern to play football at the wide receiver position. He's going to be followed by Jet Carlson, who is also going to Northern to punt.
Yeah. So
which is great. And then Parker Lamar is getting some action too. And then here you got Cooper's football stats right there. He had 132 receiving yards and 10 catches in the playoff loss to us.
Yeah, those are some gaudy stats.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And we might even have and here we got a highlight of him playing football. And he just snatches that ball out of midair. I mean, he's got great hands.
Yeah. Do we have you piped in here? Where's the call? Do we have Sam Mooney on the call there?
We got him on mute right now because nobody needs to hear me twice.
That's Cooper there as well.
Yeah.
Huh? This is great. We just put a highlight film together on Cooper. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Yeah. That's Aero TV, man.
That's Aero TV.
Yeah, it's pretty
for another
legit.
3 years at least.
So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So what's really neat about that? Just a quick shout out to Ryan Remmers. I was talking to him about this earlier. So that quick little highlight and graphic that he put together for Eisenbeis, that thing lasted all of about 7 seconds, 10 seconds. It took him almost an hour to put it together.
Yeah.
So it comes across like it's not that big of a deal, but it's pretty legit.
Yeah,
it's pretty legit.
Yeah, I hope people realize when you get stuff like that on a high school streaming service, someone's putting some time in there. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely. So Cooper Eisenbeis, a great football player. His basketball isn't quite as good as his football, but he's going to get a chance to start tonight and make an impact on the game.
Yeah, well, and I guarantee, and I don't know Cooper very well, just other than watching, I remember watching him on the football field, but if he's going to play football at Northern, then he's an athlete.
Yeah, for sure.
So, he has some athletes running around on the court, and I know, like we already talked about Fritz, his athleticism. So there's going to be, and then, Phillips is a lanky, I don't know if he's 6'6", but he's all of that when you factor in his length overall. So they're actually sneaky big.
Yeah.
So you don't think of Aberdeen going into the year that they have that much size, but they actually have a lot of size. So I think keeping them off the glass tonight is going to be, I know Brent emphasizes it, so it's going to be really difficult to keep that team off the glass. So we have our work cut out for us there.
We talked ahead, so now let's talk back. When we played this team in Aberdeen Central, we lost on a last-second 3 by a score of 64-62. And I watched that game twice today.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Well, the preparation.
Slow day at work.
Professional.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Professional.
Consummate.
Yes.
Professional, yeah.
So, but what really popped off to me on that was Parker Lamar. He had a great game that game. I mean, he put 17 on us. He did it inside and out. He had 8 in the paint, 9 outside of the paint, and then it had 9-10 rebounds to go on top of it.
He was really good, and Aberdeen jumped on us early. They jumped on the arrows early.
Yes. Double-digit lead real fast.
Yeah, and then we got it back, if I remember correctly, to manageable at halftime. And then in the second half, we got it back. We're back down 17. So we were back down 17 points in the second half. We're able to come back and actually take a 2-point lead. And then the rest is history, knowing what happened there down the stretch.
Right.
We were thrown in underneath our basket and turn it over. 2 arrows run to the corner. And then they get a kick out of that, so they have numbers, and Phillips is spotted up. And really the kid that found him, I forget who it was that found him out there, was really composed to have the frame of mind to kick it out, knowing they have enough time, hit it right at the buzzer. Just a heartbreaker. That was one of those. That was a long trip home, let me tell you.
I believe that.
Yeah, but credit to Aberdeen. They played from the start in that game, Sam. They played really well. They had some lulls where we got back into it, but I think these two teams are built to battle each other here, and it's going to be a pretty even matchup here again.
How important is this game with 4 to go, as far as where the arrows are at? Right now, their arrows are the 8, the 9.
I think we maybe after the Washington game jumped up to 8. And I'll be the first to say we got to bring in an analytics guy. Let's bring in a math guy, get it all figured out. Here's what's interesting. So we're where we're at right now. Aberdeen's where they're at.
Yep.
we can do there's nights you're sitting at home on Thursday night and there's a game played and all of a sudden you drop some points because someone was on the borderline that you would beat and they lose a game, and so now it drops below 500, and now that win in November or December doesn't mean near as much now, and you lose points. So I don't know of anyone. I'm sure there's people that kind of think they have a handle on it. I don't think you really have a handle on it until you get down to the last couple games or that last weekend even to know really how it's going to shake out, because it's tight. If you look at the numbers, it's tight.
Yeah, it's really tight. So, but with 4 games left, and we talked about it, you got Aberdeen Central tonight, and then there's Yankton, and then go to Huron, and then finish up here at Harrisburg. During that 4-game stretch, do the Arrows have to finish 3-1?
They would sure like to.
Yeah.
We would love to. I don't think they have to do anything, and that goes for every team. It's one game at a time, Sam. Here's the old coach coming out in me, Sam. I got to preach to you a little bit.
Okay.
It's one game at a time.
Gather around the fire.
Yeah, gather around. Control what we can control, right? What can we control? We can control our effort tonight. We can control how well we play this game this night. We can't control what everyone else is doing. Then we can control how we show up at practice tomorrow. That's what coach is preaching to them. I know it. And these kids, really the challenge of these guys is let's put 2 games together. We did it with Brandon Valley O'Gorman, and really that O'Gorman game, we didn't play great. We just made plays down the stretch to win. See if we can put 2 good wins together here. That's the goal tonight. We're
about 30 seconds away from going to Bellum and the greatest song ever composed, but I want to touch base real quick on how good of a job Pat McClemens has done with this team this year. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah, I hate to say to be expected. I'm going to say I'm not surprised. And if you know Pat and what he's done with his teams over the years, no one should be surprised. The guy knows how to coach. He knows how to get the most out of him. And I will say, after Tuesday, I will say, or was it Friday? When did we go down?
Roosevelt was Friday.
Roosevelt was Friday. Yeah. So Wednesday, Thursday were interesting practices for the Arrows. He got them refocused, and he really kind of just reset things like the old coach would do.
We're going to take a quick pause, turn it over to the legendary Mark Bellum for the greatest song ever composed, the starting 5, and then we'll be back for tip-off.
The players, coaches, and bands from Aberdeen Central. Officials for tonight are John Garrow, Chad DeYoung, and Matt Cadwell. Positive treatment of these officials will be expected at all times. Failure to do so could result in removal from this event. Athletic training services and care of our athletes are provided by Prairie Lake Sports Medicine. Through certified athletic trainers Michelle Heiser and Jeff Hochschild. AeroCare, close to home. At this time, we ask you to remain standing for the national anthem. Please show proper respect to the flag by removing your hat and stand at attention with your right hand over your heart. Veterans and active duty personnel not in uniform may salute the flag. The anthem will be performed by the Watertown Middle School Band under the direction of Melissa Todd. Let's meet our Arrow cheerleaders. Natalie Benson. Annabelle Brendan. Kendra Buckles. Brooklyn Dahl, Shane Hoffman, Lauren Keller, Mackenzie Lewis, Kaylin Nordquist, Cameron Nordquist, Alexis Olsen, Adrian Schultz. Eric Shirley advisor is Mallory Hoffman. And now your starting lineup first for the visiting Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. Number 5 is 6'4" senior forward Jack Carlson. Number 10 is the 6'3" senior guard Parker Lamar. Number 30 is the 5'11" senior guard Cooper Eisenreich. Number 42 is 6'5" junior forward Brendan Phillips. And number 44 is 6'3" senior center Grant Briggs. Assistant coaches Colton McClemens, Trent Kurtz, Oliver Godin, and Jake Oliphant. Head coach of the Golden Eagles, Brent Norberg. And now your Watertown Heroes. Number 4, 6'4" senior guard Dylan Ryan. Number 5 is 6'3" senior forward Kagan Ocamp. Number 10 is 6' senior guard Cohen Grant. Number 15 is 6'1" senior forward Marcus Ryan. And number 20 is 6'2" senior forward Jake Olsen. The coaching coaches, Manny Grant, Tom Mattingly, Zach Tobin, and Parker Schmidt.
You know, I hate to beat a dead horse, and I say it every week, but good gravy, that intro is legit.
Well, the table's set here, Sam. The table's set. We're ready to go. Buckle up.
There's a great crowd tonight.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey, quick shout out.
I think we forgot to turn some lights on.
Quick shout out to concerning Coach Norberg there on the bench. We got behind, what is the saying? Behind every great man, great coach is a great woman, right?
Sure,
we got Callie. We got Callie at home with 3 kids. Britt and Callie decided to have like 3 kids in 3 years. So she's got her hands full. So shout out to Briggs, Riley, and Blake up in Aberdeen. I'm sure they're listening to Aero TV tonight, watching Dad.
That's pretty legit. And it's kind of, I mean, this has got to be a cool thing for you too, to be able to come up here, watch your son play, you know, against your brother.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty neat.
I don't know if Gabe and Brent had any interaction there in warm-ups or not.
And Jake Olsen gets us off to a hot start with his first green bean of the night. I think we need to get some lights on here.
Yeah, they forgot to turn our lights on up here, Sam.
Yeah.
But the professionals we are, we'll get through it.
Yeah, you know, it's a good thing I got bifocals now, Brian. I can see it real good. Rabine gets the rebound here. Arrow's off to a hot start. I'm telling this is a big game, like you said. I mean, the table is set, and this is a big matchup for both teams. Both teams want this one pretty bad, especially the Arrows. Rodden attempts his first green bean and buries that one.
Quick timeout by Brent there, just kind of sensing the momentum here early. A lot of minutes left, but a good start by the Arrows. We didn't mention the point guard that's out for them.
Yeah, that's Oliver Reif.
Yeah, and that's a big
loss.
Yeah, big loss for them. He's a really solid point guard for them this year. So I know hopefully they get him back sooner than later, and so he can be healthy down the stretch run. But that's a big loss for Aberdeen. But great start by the Arrows. Jake and Dylan hit a couple. Is that Dylan or Cohen?
Dylan got the second one, and Jake got the first one. So real nice. And our lights are back on. How about that? Ask and you shall receive.
I feel like Ryan Remmers back there just like pushed a button remotely, and all of a sudden the lights came on. That's how good he is.
He's magic. That's
Little
what he
2-2-1,
does.
little 2-2-1 3/4 court pressure here by the Arrows.
So what can the Arrows learn from what can you learn from a team when you play them already? Like that's a pretty big advantage for both teams, right? Like you can feel each other out a little bit, understand the speed of the game.
Yeah, yeah. It used to be, you played, in the conference with ESD, you played everyone twice, so you had a lot of that. Now we don't have
Raymond gets
much.
a green bean of his own. Arrows are coming out hot, shooting the lights out. 3 for 3 behind the arc already. Sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead.
No, staying with the little three-quarter court. Not trying to do anything other than make them reverse the ball a few times, get into the shot clock early. But I think up in Aberdeen, the energy level to start that game wasn't great. We were coming off a really big weekend. Tonight, you can see, I know the offensive end's been good, but pretty good intensity there, and forcing Aberdeen into some tough ones on their offensive end. Jake gets a foul.
Yeah, Jake kind of snuck in there. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it in pregame a little bit. When we went to Aberdeen, we were chasing that, pretty much that entire game.
Absolutely, you described it perfectly. We were on our heels. They were they initiated things early and often, and it just filtered into the whole game. So,
Arrow's fortunate there.
Go to jump ball there. Arrow basketball.
Yeah, it's going to go to the Arrows.
That's one of those when you're a player, you look around, kind of there's a lot of stares around who's going to jump up and get that thing. Guarantee I was headed the other direction.
So real quick, if you're watching and listening from afar, jump in the chat, let us know where you're at. Norberg's happy to give you a shout out on air.
Well, we haven't recognized them. I know we have out in Weston Springs, we have Mitch Olson grandparents out there. If they're not sitting in the arena, they're listening to Arrow TV. So we got Larry and Ann out there in Weston Springs. So we want to give them a shout out.
For sure. Quick shot by Rodden there. Gets fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. Arrows looking to extend the lead to double digits right now. Boy, a complete opposite start of the last time these two teams played.
Yeah, they jumped on us early up in Aberdeen. So we're attacking offensively right now.
So do you think a lot of that has to do with maybe, and maybe I'm completely crazy, and if I am, please tell me.
You are.
But appreciate that.
You set yourself up there.
Yeah, that's fair. If anything, you're honest. When you come out on the court after the lights are off, after the hype video, like that gets the juices flowing a little bit, doesn't it, when you're at home?
Yes, absolutely, but all overrated completely. Once the ball's tipped, that's what matters. So yes, it gets everyone jacked, and that's awesome. As Weissauer, who just checked in the game, we have Weissauer and Palmer had just checked in. So
Engstrom and Torgerson checked in for the Arrows as well, resetting the court.
So Jacob is son of some former Watertown Arrow teachers in the district, Tony, and his wife actually taught at least one of my kids. But anyway, great people. They've been up in Aberdeen now for quite a while, but Jacob's a good-looking kid out there for the Eagles.
Speaking of good-looking kids out there, I feel like it was haircut week for the Arrows.
It could be.
I feel like almost every one of them got a haircut.
There's your guy Lamar there, a nice drive on the baseline. So
yeah,
Aberdeen's settling into things a little bit here.
Yeah, he's tough. Great timeout by Brent, by Coach Norberg. Arrows started off 9-0 and calls a timeout, and next thing you know, it's 10-4.
Yeah, next to volleyball, timeouts can be, I mean, we've talked about that, right? The volleyball timeout is, there's no more effective timeout in sports.
Brandon chimes in and says, listening to top-tier commentary on way back from Aberdeen, so he must be talking about you. As Rodden attempts another 3 and just hits the front of the iron, bounces right back to Engstrom, starts over. Great there is a pump by Rodden. Attacks the basket, gets fouled.
Yeah, Palmer came over and is not having any of that.
Aggressively.
The JV game, we got caught on the high side of the JV game on the block. He went up and just hammered it. So he is an athletic dude.
Absolutely.
He's been a big kid here his whole career. I know from younger years on up, but now really forming into an athletic-looking kid and get off the ground, as we just saw.
Rodden hits the front end of his 2 free throws and hits the front of the iron on his second free throw, making the lead 11-5 for the Arrows. Talk to me about what happened there. Just no defense underneath.
Yeah, now we got Coach Mack going to call one. We just, little miscommunication, didn't get matched up, and especially after free throw, we can't have that happen. I think either either team's going to be upset with that. But that was number 32. What's that last name there?
Yeah,
Colby.
That's
Colby Dowan. Colby Dowan, yeah, who had just checked in as well. So both teams going to their bench early. But yeah, we just didn't get matched up there.
So 11-7 Arrows, the 9-0 lead, 10-0 lead quickly evaporates, which it does. I mean, it's early.
You get up early. You know, we hit it's 3 possessions, and so a lot of game here. And Aberdeen did a nice job of responding. They're going to stay in their 3/4 court pressure here. Got to attack it. You can't just go side to side with it.
Will does a good job of attacking the basket, gets to it and one. On top of that, speaking of attack, it's a pretty good attack by Will.
Great job by Will there. You know, you get the goal of both of these 3/4 court pressure type or just press defenses is not to trap you or turn you over, but to get you to kind of get out of your offensive rhythm, go side to side, chew up a little shot clock. And both teams kind of implementing similar strategies early as we go into a little bit more full court man-to-man, not looking to trap.
Good on Will converting the conventional 3-point play, making the lead 14-7 Arrows. Will doing a great job. Just as soon as I said it, slips around. Could get a foul there maybe? Yeah. That's going to be a foul on number 50 for
Palmer. Yeah, Palmer, I think.
Cam Olsen there. Was it on 50?
Yeah, 50.
Yeah,
right?
that's Cam
Okay,
Olsen.
yeah, I said Palmer earlier, sorry. Yeah, a little frustration foul there out of Olsen.
Fisker,
Rabine, and Kranz checking in for the Arrows, along with Beauchamp and Jake Olsen.
Carlson has some lineage up there in Aberdeen as well. I know at least one of his brothers has rolled through here in the last few years. So.
You know, and speaking of lineage, we didn't even talk about assistant coach Colton McClemens for Central.
Oh.
Is that Jake?
Another one for Jake.
Jake Olsen with another green bean. Fun to see him back, man. We are such a better team when he is shooting well.
Yeah, and because he was going through it, man. He was struggling and fighting it.
Great defense by Caden Beauchamp. How do we not get a travel on that?
Or at least maybe a held ball. But yeah, Jake had really been struggling. It's good to see him snap out of it here a little bit. Good start for him.
Yeah, great start for him. And he played really well against Roosevelt. Good pass underneath, a little midi to Beauchamp, and he gets on the board. Arrows extend their lead to 19-7.
Yeah, the Arrows, when allowed to get the ball moving, when they get that ball snapping around the perimeter, that's when we're at our best. They do as good a job as anyone in the state with moving the ball.
Rabine could have maybe corralled that rebound from his tush.
Yeah, he just had gotten up.
I thought Jake is not hesitating as he buries another green bean right in front of the Aberdeen bench. That's going to bring a timeout from Coach Norberg. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout to catch our breath. This one brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union.
Jake's feeling because that one, but there's no doubt it was
We're back as the Arrows take a commanding 22-7 lead. Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, good start offensively for the Arrows there. 7 of 10 right now from the field, 70%, and 5 of 7 from the three-point line. You keep that up, you're going to have a pretty good shot. On the other side, Aberdeen starting off a little cold from the 3, 0 of 5, and 3 of 8 from the field. So check that 1 for 6.
Yeah, Brendan Phelps with the 3, and again, we talked about a great pass. A great pass by Rabine to Cohen Kranz for an easy 2 off the glass. He went high off the glass there.
Yeah, that was a really good break. You gotta love it. You hate it on Aberdeen's side, but we got the ball up in a hurry there. Great look.
That's gonna be a foul on Jake.
That's 2 on Jake.
That's 2 already on Jake.
Yeah, not optimal, especially when you can tell he is really feeling it.
When you're up 14 with 2 minutes left in the first, obviously there's a ton of game left, but do you roll the dice and let him go since he's that hot?
No, maybe. You know, different coaches had different philosophy. I was one, if you had 2 in the first half, I did everything possible to leave you on the bench until the second half. I'm not saying that was right, I know it probably frustrated a lot of people a lot of times, but that's what we did. We kind of held to it. But I would think here, depending on how the game goes, though, Sam, we might see Jake sit the rest of the half. But more than likely, I think we would give him. Depends how much you trust the player, too. Jake being a senior, I think coach has a lot of trust in him, but we'll see kind of how the flow of the game goes.
Great rebound underneath by Bisker as he hits a driving Rodden, who dumps it off to Beauchamp for another easy two. The Arrows are doing a phenomenal job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, if there's an open guy, they're finding him right now. Aberdeen a little bit on their heels here defensively.
It's tough for Aberdeen defensively because the Arrows are doing it inside and out. I mean, they're hitting those perimeter shots and then they're getting points in the paint as well. Aberdeen's having a hard time answering back. Arrows are just pushing.
Yeah, we're definitely in attack mode.
Get this one in. This place would have went nuts. There's a good crowd tonight.
Yeah, good Tuesday night crowd. Just looks like Aberdeen right now is a little tentative. They're just not quite in their rhythm right now. There's Fritz for you. He's strong.
Yeah, boy, that was a tough go up by Grant Fritz, 6'3" senior center.
Yeah.
Strong kid.
Really nice move by Fritz there.
Yep, strong kid too.
Yeah, he is.
Shot clock's off for the Arrows. The Arrows are going to slow it down for hopefully one possession. 26-12.
Let's see if we can run it down and get the actual last shot and not run it too early.
Sure.
You want enough time for an offensive rebound, but
tough shot by Rodden. Beauchamp corrals the rebound underneath, goes up strong for two more, and the Arrows are going to end the first quarter with a 28-12 lead. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout here, brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union, and we'll be back for the start of the second quarter.
Sharp Automotive Group, where we're here to help you find the best deal in town. We have the largest truck inventory in Northeast South Dakota and the best selection of cars and SUVs too. You'll get the best price the first time and the best selection. So stop in today at Sharp Automotive Group.
We were talking a little bit off air about the amount of points that the Arrows scored in the first quarter, and Brian, you made the comment that it's sometimes we're watching games where we struggle to get 28 and a half.
Yeah, no, we've ridden, like I said, in pregame, just kind of ride the roller coaster where we go through our stretches where we have a hard time scoring. Right now, very aggressive, very comfortable. You know, Aberdeen's going to come out, maybe see a little different here defense. You might see, possibly. I know Brent doesn't like to play a lot of zone, just to maybe mix it up, get us out of rhythm somewhat.
Love the effort by the Arrows right there. A diving Beauchamp trying to get to the loose ball. Comes back down, trying to get the rebound. Cohen just takes it right away from Fritz. I'm not sure if I've seen this basketball team be as aggressive and fearless as they are right now.
Yeah, it's fun to see, you know, when they're all out there just with that energy level, right? We need that energy level. We're not going to walk into a gym and be bigger and more athletic than anyone this year, but if we bring this energy and competitiveness, good things are happening for us.
I think Aberdeen's really trying to get and as Lamar answers back.
He's just a really solid player. There's nothing flashy about him, but I just feel like you give him a shot like that all night, he's going to knock him down.
There wasn't a whole lot of space between him and the defender either, as Will gets his guy to move up, takes a quick little step for a little midi, gets fouled, and he's going to go to the line for two.
Yeah, I think kind of what's old Bill Rafter say, a little nickel and dimer there. A little nickel and dimer.
Yep.
The ones that drive you nuts.
Good move there, though, by Will to get the defender on his feet and then just kind of step around him and get to the basket. I'd like to see the Arrows convert 2 free throws one time.
Yeah, we've talked about all year. Will's had his peaks and valleys as well, but
for sure.
One thing I've seen out of him all year, when he walks into the game or when he comes into the game, he is acting like a veteran. Again, tonight he's come in and has been very aggressive right from the start.
Yeah, as have all the Arrows tonight, as Fritz gets back up for 2 more for him.
Caden got on the high side there. You let Fritz get it all night that deep, we're going to be in trouble. Can't let him catch it that early.
Aberdeen's offense seems to really be going around Fritz and Lamar right now. As Cohen's going to line up in the corner right in front of the bench. Another offensive rebound by Beauchamp.
Yeah, maybe, I know Aberdeen's bench wanted to push there on the rebound. They may not be wrong. May have gotten away a little push there at the bottom.
Yeah, Fritz wasn't having any part of that shot on the second chance points. Good defense here, and Cohen Krantz does not hesitate as he fires one up, and the arrows are getting a little cold from outside right now. Quick shots. There's another one that goes in and out, and this time that is Brendan Phillips, 6'5" junior forward. You said it in pregame, Brian. They've got some good size.
Yeah, they're long and strong.
Great pass by Beauchamp to Rodden.
Just a simple back screen there at the free throw line, and a little lapse by Aberdeen, but great pass, good cut.
Do we know where that screen came from?
Yeah, I didn't see. I think Marcus said it. Beauchamp threw it. I think Marcus just said the back pick.
Great job by Rodden fighting underneath with the trees. Arrows come out with the ball. I thought Engstrom was going to pop that one, but Cohen is fearless tonight as he buries another green bean of his own.
Yeah, good for Cohen. I think maybe missed his last three. Good for Cohen, though, just to step into that one, not think about it.
There is zero hesitation with these guys popping baskets tonight.
Yeah, you have a big win. You either get better because of it and get more confidence, let that confidence grow.
Great job by Cohen Krantz coming up with the steal, getting it over to Rabine. Great pass up court. Another one, led him a little too much.
Get it swinging again, or
just
take it.
That's a long two.
Okay.
That's a long two.
All right, Willie.
Arrows are shooting the lights out of this place tonight.
That was caused by the great outlet by Dylan. Dylan touched that ball and already knew where he was going with it.
And it started with the great defense by Cohen Krantz on the other end.
Yeah, it was good hustle. Led to a bucket.
Caden had a good opportunity to get another turnover. There's another one.
Boy, no one wants it.
Hot potato.
Thought he walked. Good move, though.
Great basket by Lamar to answer. 36-22 Arrows, 4 minutes left in the second quarter in a very fast-paced first half.
It's really identical with the opposite team from what we experienced up there, right?
Yep, in Aberdeen, absolutely.
And I would expect the same thing where no one's going away here. But yeah, right now, some things going well for Watertown.
Great pass by Rodden, but they're going to call him for a travel. Real quick while I got you. One thing that we haven't talked about since Jake got his second foul, the game is dictating allowing Jake to stay on the bench, right?
Yeah, I would say you keep a double digit.
Those two fouls.
You keep a 10+ lead. I think coach is perfectly happy setting Jake there. That Matt Cadwell with the travel call there. It's hard to figure out nowadays what's a travel, what isn't a travel. We've talked about it. Drives me nuts because I thought that was a good move.
I did too. Boy, Bisker is flying all over the court himself, taking advantage of every minute that he's getting. I love the defensive effort by the Arrows tonight. Yeah,
a lot of energy right now. It shows on the defensive end for sure. And then, like you just said, the confidence they're playing with offensively has been good.
When you come out that hot on offense, is it just natural for it to be contagious defensively?
I always feel like, different things both can feed each other, right? Good defense kind of feeds into the offensive end, vice versa, but it certainly doesn't hurt the energy tonight.
Lackadaisical pass there by Rodden.
Good job by Mitch.
Mitch got on his heels a little bit, but stayed right there with them and
Mitch Olson
sent it to Dikembe land. Wow, that was good. Hey, Rodden gets a shooter's bounce.
We're just playing with no conscience right now.
None.
We've probably taken a couple. If they don't go in, you're thinking it's pretty quick, but you take it when the kids are playing with that much confidence and just no conscience.
Great backside help there underneath on the bigger Fritz.
Good
Air
hustle.
ball comes up, good hustle. Gets down to Mitch Olson, who's going to get a contested two of his own.
Right. Mitch Olson.
Mitch gets on the board as the Arrows extend the lead to 18, 40-22 with 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. As the Civic Arena comes to life, as the students section is welcoming Aberdeen down to this end of the court. Rodden's going to pick up a foul. It's going to be Arrow's second foul. Yep, Arrow's second team foul.
Yeah, it's been a, like I say, up and down game with not a lot of stoppages, really. Arrows right now at 62% from the field, Aberdeen at 47%, 3 of 12 from 3. Arrows 6 of 11 for 54% for 3. So ball's going in the basket for the Arrows, up 4 on the boards. And what's really cool, Sam, is almost all of our points are off of a pass. So I think, you know, almost all the points we've gotten have been created by an assist.
If there's any place that the Arrows are struggling with right now, it's Fritz underneath.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, Fritz underneath is a problem for the Arrows as Rabine gets a wide open green bean of his own. It's incredible how well they're shooting right now.
Yep, take it while it's going.
You know, the old NBA Jam days. It's, you know, that
fire.
Team is on fire.
Yeah, right.
I mean, just scorching the net on every possession.
Flames coming off that ball.
Big facts.
But you're right. This is the matchup we're having a hard time with.
Yeah, and there's Fritz again underneath. You know, just really dominating in that paint with his left hand.
Yeah, he's very unassuming. He just gets it, and all of a sudden he gets where he wants to go, and he's not an easy cover. And he's been doing that against some really good teams with some good size too.
Bisker trying to get in on the action, comes up short. 43-26 Arrows with 90 seconds left in the first half. Be nice if they can stop Fritz here underneath.
Yeah, at this point you got to start looking at, you know, there we came. Cohen came with a late double, had to leave.
Yeah, and then that leaves Colby Dowan.
Yeah, left Dowan in the corner, and I was just about to say we're at the point got to look at doing something with a double, at least some really early help in on Fritz.
Yeah, Fritz has been a pain. Good basketball player.
But it's tough, you know. You have that, then you got to leave a shooter. And they have enough shooters out there to make
Cohen
it pay.
goes deep for 3. Appreciate the effort for Beauchamp underneath. He's having a good game on the offensive board.
Yeah, a chance for Aberdeen to close here, close the gap a little bit going into overtime. I'm sure they'd be thrilled if they can get it down to single digits going into overtime.
Back-to-back threes by Aberdeen as number 30, Cooper Eisenbeis.
There's a receiver
buries
out there.
another one. The beautiful Audrey Mooney is in attendance. Nice to see her. 30 seconds left here as the Arrows look underneath to Beauchamp. 21 seconds on the shot clock. Do they change that and give it to Aberdeen ball?
Yep.
Okay, so no shot clock.
Yeah, the ref down the baseline didn't know for sure, and had a little help from up top. But yeah, good close here by Aberdeen. I mean, what was it, 18 points at one point?
We had it up to 18. Now Aberdeen has an opportunity to get it under double digits going into half.
Yeah, this game is literally almost identical to Aberdeen right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Just
a heavyweight fight.
For the home team.
Yep, heavyweight fight, standing in the middle of the ring, taking shot after shot after shot, haymaker after haymaker. 12 seconds left here as Aberdeen's trying to close it out. Cut the lead down to single digits. And oh, they can't get the bunny to fall. Great block by Rabine. Arrows are going to hold. Oh, get a little testy there between Fritz and Krantz. The ref is going to bring Cohen and Fritz together. He's going to talk to both of them, get them both calmed down. I think they're going to be okay.
Yeah, I think the ref's making two. Yeah, okay, guys, we're good. All right, go together.
Good.
We got tangled up a bit. We're good.
Yeah. So 43-32 Arrows. We are going to take a quick 60-second timeout brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union, and then we'll come back. (43-32) Arrows lead at half. Preston Poles says, watching her cousin Will all the way in Wisconsin, going number 14. Nice to have a Wisconsinite watching Will Ingstrom. All right, Brian, 43-32 as the Arrows dance team comes to the court. Thoughts on the first half?
Like you said, fast-paced, entertaining first half, a lot of offense. Arrows got off to that big lead, and a couple different times Aberdeen responded off that initial big lead that we had gotten. And then we extended back out. I think we had about 18 points. And then to close the half there, Aberdeen did what they needed to do to kind of stay in it, because it looked like it could go the other way there very easily. So credit to Aberdeen sticking with it. Just 11-point game. And Fritz was a problem in the first half. I think it's really hard when you kind of go in flurries like we did offensively to maintain that, and then on the defensive end too. I think both teams had some lapses defensively that led to some easy buckets. But Fritz is a problem down there. It'll be interesting to see what Coach McClemens wants to do coming out in the second half to see if we're gonna run anyone at him. It's not easy to do because they have guys that can really shoot it on you. And going into the year, I would have said maybe they didn't have that, but it's been very evident as the year has gone on. Brent's done a good job of cultivating that, where if they're open, they got guys, weapons that can hurt you. So kind of a, pick your poison type of deal here in the second half. Maybe we jumped zone down in Roosevelt just for a few possessions, and it made all the difference in the world. It just changed the game there. It's not, and at that point we were behind, and Roosevelt was really rolling. So that's something to look at. But overall, Watertown shooting it very effectively from the field. We're at 7 of 14, 50% from 3, 59% from the field, 16 of 27. Aberdeen on the other side shooting 52% now from the field after getting off to a really tough start, and got it at 5 of 14 from 3. Both teams from the free throw line were 4 of 7, 57%. Aberdeen's only there once, 1 for 1 for 100%. Rebounds are fairly close, 13 to 11. Turnovers, pretty clean game overall turnover-wise too, 2 to 3 there on the turnovers.
Looking at the points leaders for the Arrows, Rodden with 9, Beauchamp 6, Cohen with 5, Ingstrom's got 6, Rabine's got 6, Jake's got 6. I mean, we're getting production from all over.
Yeah, balanced again, and you like to see that. And let's not forget, Jake got started off on fire, and unfortunately had to sit for a quarter and a half essentially. So Jake had this quick 9 points and then had to go to the bench. So he'll be raring to go here, and hopefully can contribute here in the second half. What's hard, can he get that momentum back that he had going?
Yeah, and I mean, you tell me. I'm sure that you've gotten into foul trouble early and had to sit out a first half. And do you take that 3 minutes before the start of the third quarter and just get up as many shots as you can to get loose? Is he tight?
No, not really. They're young. You and me would be tight, but I tell you what, it's the hardest thing to do, especially get started off like that and then have to sit. So I'm sure he's chomping at the bit to get going again. But that's a hard quarter and a half to sit when you're sitting there with fouls. So I think Jake looked like he's the only one that we have in foul trouble. I'm not sure on Aberdeen what we got there overall, but Aberdeen scoring wise, they got Lamar with 8, Fritz has 8, and then you got Phillips with 6. He's got a couple threes, and Down with 5. So they're pretty balanced as well there. See you coming out here should be Arrow basketball to start here in the second half.
Yeah, and then we should see our starting 5, right? I mean, we'll see Jake start the third quarter.
Yep.
As we see the Dakota Gold Academy, right? DGA, Dakota Gold Academy. See the young ladies out here doing their thing.
I feel like the arena just got pretty quiet.
Yeah, agreed. I feel like, do we need to be quiet with them?
Music's going now.
We're good. Yeah, we're good. We're
pretty quiet on the feed here tonight.
Yeah. Shout out to the Bartling kids that are sitting at home watching Arrow TV tonight. Big Chiefs fans.
Oh, Chiefs fans, yeah. Big weekend for them then.
Yeah, big weekend for them for sure.
It was a good game.
It was.
Good Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was.
Entertaining.
Yeah, for sure. And congratulations to the Chiefs and all their fans. I'm sure the Chiefs are listening.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
crushing for some Niners fans that I know.
Yeah, for sure.
There's some pretty, just like there's some Eagle fans in Watertown, there's some pretty committed Niner fans in Watertown.
There's some hardcore 49er fans in Watertown, and like the Schoenfelds, Brooks, and Aaron's and Pierre now, but you know, Brooks and Aaron took Brooks's daughter, Michaela Schoenfeld, out to the NFC Championship game.
Okay.
So they got to experience that, and they seriously considered going to the Super Bowl. And
until they looked at the ticket prices, yikes.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, but I'll tell you, you know, I was fortunate enough to go to Super Bowl 52, and which the Eagles won.
Where was that at? Where was it at again? Oh, that was it. Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah.
U.S. Bank.
Eagles won. 44-38. So it was great. 44-36. Great game. And but anyway, like the whole Super Bowl experience was super cool. It was great. Not quite as good as what we just saw on the floor though. By the DGA.
Yeah, great halftime performance here. We had two performances.
That's the.
I think we might have more.
Do we have a third?
What are these little ones down there? What do we got going on?
I think.
Oh yeah,
we do.
Oh boy, we're going for we got the triple header.
Yeah, let's go.
Extended halftime here at the arena tonight.
Over under half a flip in this routine.
Well, these girls are ready to go. Here they're off.
You can take the over here. We're gonna see at least one flip.
Yeah, I don't know if we have any mats down. Can we do flips this young? These ones are young.
They're pretty tiny.
Little ones. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty tiny.
Yeah. Get the cameras going here, moms.
Yeah. Well, this might explain some of the crowd.
Yeah, I know.
Hopefully they stick around.
Hopefully they stick around. It's an entertaining game.
It's a great game.
Great game. Yeah, we're really squeezing in a lot of dance here tonight.
Yeah, sure are.
Really testing us to fill airtime too.
You know, if there's anybody that can do it, it's us.
There's no question.
Yeah.
That's why we have 3-year contracts now.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you and me weren't necessarily part of that, were we?
No, we're good.
TBD.
We're good. I know a guy. We'll take care of it. We're good. We got a little guy in here too. He's getting after it. Very nice.
The funny part is to watch the moms down there, the instructors.
I was just gonna say that.
They're kind of leading them.
Yeah, it's clear these girls put in a lot of time.
Absolutely, solid form.
How much time do you think it would take you and I to be able to do this routine?
Well, that one right there, yeah, we don't have that flexibility.
No, and I definitely, if I get down on the ground, I'm gonna stay there for a little bit.
So Sam, let me allow you in on a little theory that I have is anything now at my advanced age.
Sure.
Anything I do or don't do is dependent on could I possibly injure myself for golf season.
Sure.
So if any injury happens with me.
There's the flip. Sorry.
Okay, so we got one flip.
Oh, there's another one. And it's a cartwheel.
Those are round-offs, Sam. Those are not flips.
They're like 4. So they got to count at least to like a quarter of a flip. So if you add them all up, it equals 1 flip.
Yeah. Regardless, these girls are stealing the show here tonight.
Yeah,
they're doing a great job.
Okay, you were saying.
You know, if Aero TV had things going, we could have each name on there and maybe have a graphic on there with
for each one of them.
I don't know where Ryan was on that.
Lazy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Lazy. Yeah.
Well, here we go. We got.
And then he just throws up. He just throws up random graphics. We're not even talking about that.
No, I know. I guess we're back to basketball now.
I guess that's probably the hint.
So I'd assume we got two.
We got another one. We're not done.
We're not done yet.
They just keep coming.
Oh boy, let me tell you, another little insight here. As a coach, you're antsy right now. As a coach, you're wondering what's going on. Maybe they were told beforehand. They may have been told beforehand, hey, we have an extended halftime.
Well, I
may want to interview Boyens on this.
I do. Speaking of Boyens, I see Coach Norberg sitting right next to Boyens.
Well, let me tell you, he's got a young one in Riley. Riley she may or may not be out on the dance floor. If the uncles have any say in it, not sure she'll be dancing. She might be up at Aberdeen tonight playing basketball instead.
Sure.
But we'll see. As a good uncle, I'm not going to influence that a whole lot.
Fair enough. Ryan and Cassie Heiser say you guys should get down there and show your moves. Yeah, I don't disagree. Well, genuinely, I don't know. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I'm an excellent dancer.
Well, and you don't know this, but Katie and I just had a dance class for a 6-week dance class this fall.
Nice.
So
you could probably move a little bit yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I don't know about that, but we have a few moves.
Sure. A little tango?
No, not at all. No,
okay.
Sam, not tango.
All right.
No, 2-step jitterbug, is it? 2-step?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. I vaguely remember some of that in gym class in like third grade.
Yeah, the whole dance unit in middle school or elementary school.
Elementary school. A little uncomfortable then.
Yeah, it was.
A little uncomfortable.
Square dancing? Where is square dancing gone? Does anyone know how to square dance
Is Andrew Jackson even around anymore?
No.
You know, I don't know. Yeah, they're standing on top of each other. If somebody stood on top of me right now, that would be a problem
Listen,
for me.
if we're doing that move, yeah. If we're on that, you're on the bottom. If we're doing that one.
That's a problem for me.
Girls doing a great job out there.
The girls they're killing it.
Crowd is just entranced right now with
they
this
really are.
performance.
And all the phones are up.
Look at the players down there. They're into it.
It's like Usher at the halftime show. Everybody's into it. Yeah, the Aberdeen guys are bobbing in their head, looking up. I mean, they're enjoying it. Get after it.
I'm sure Coach Norbert and Coach McClemens are thrilled right now.
Yeah.
Loving it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit. We got McClemens Jr. down there as Brent's assistant, and he's been up there for quite a while now. Former Arrow, sniper type player. I mean, he could really shoot it, Sam. What I remember Colton, I had the privilege of coaching Colton, and he was a competitor. We called him Old Man because he kind of seemed to be sore and tight all the time.
Sure, I can get behind that.
Yeah, but boy, Colton could shoot it, had good range, and may or may not lead the history of charges taken for an Arrow basketball player. He's up there. He's top 10.
I appreciate that game.
He's got to be top 10. And when he would fall, he's all bones. So he'd fall, it'd sound like just a bag of rocks hitting the floor. Always hurt, always banged up, but really tough at the same time. But that's Colton. So it's kind of interesting, the whole dynamic there. I know he's done a great job for Brent as an assistant and really does a lot for him in the off season as well. So tell you what, nothing just like Coach McClemens has with Maddie Crans, to have a great staff and a great assistant to do all that. Both are lucky.
Yeah, Matty Crans has been around for a long time, and
mass exodus. Look at them; they're all headed out. Stay for the game.
Yeah. Yikes.
They might just be hitting the concession stand.
I'm sure they're getting after the famous Watertown Arena popcorn. If you had to put you go to the concession to get one thing. What's the best thing that the Civic Arena concession offers?
Yeah, it depends on your age group. I see a lot of those slushies around. The slushies, the weird people will opt for the pickle. I'm not one of those guys. Some people will say
You're
that.
Just not a pickle guy in general?
No, I like pickle, but not just the straight pickle. But yeah, you got to go with the tub of popcorn, which I would say credit to Arrow.
You go with the round tub versus,
the round tub.
Versus the vertical tub?
I think you go with the round tub and you plead for more butter. Do we butter or do we just do the seasoning? I don't know if we have the butter.
I don't know. My only complaint about the popcorn is, and I get it.
Well, let's keep it positive here, Sam.
That's fair.
Okay.
They do a good job of keeping the popcorn cold.
Oh, yeah.
So just keeping it positive.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's.
But am I wrong?
No.
Yeah.
There. Look at the fellows in the front row there. So you can't argue the popcorn down at the Corn Palace is excellent.
Sure.
But you got to almost hold them back on the butter down there. They go all out in the butter.
Is there a thing?
It's movie theater quality.
You know, this might surprise you, but you know who's got really good popcorn in the state? Waverly South Shore.
Yeah.
They do.
Well, you got to go to the small schools to get the great concession stands.
Yeah.
Our concession stand is great. They do a great job.
Yeah,
but
agreed.
You got to go to the small schools to get that going.
Yeah.
No one has concessions. You get people bringing in homemade barbecues, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You go to a Saturday basketball tournament at a small school.
For sure.
Your concession stand is fire, as the kids say.
GPL, no cap, as the kids would say.
As the kids would say.
GPL has got a solid concession as well. Speaking of solid, we got the flex cam up and nobody's flexing. What's going on, Brian?
Fellas, there we go. I just don't feel like our crowd is engaged enough in the flex cam.
You got the Miles kid needs
come
to
on,
flex.
Fellas.
Get after it, gentlemen.
Fellas. Cato, Ty, Jaden, TJ, let's go.
Yeah.
We got Carter behind him.
Come on.
How hard is it? There we go, Ty.
I got two girls right across from me.
Half flex out of Ty.
Two girls right across from me that are begging to be on the flex cam.
Tell you what.
Right at the scorer's table there, right by the referee.
If our team's listening to us, let's get it back on those guys to see if they can partake here.
Yeah,
that was
we
embarrassing.
we definitely need better flexing in our future. There's no doubt about it. All right, back to basketball. 43-32 Arrows. Arrows are gonna start the third quarter with the ball, and we'll see if they can start the third quarter as hot as they started the first. Maybe had an opportunity to hit Rabine there, cutting across.
Yeah, and I'm guessing Brent was pretty direct with the guys at halftime, just on the defensive side. He saw that they were starting to get some stuff done offensively. I think probably got after him. We get an and one here for Fritz.
Boy, he's tough, man. If the Arrows are going to hold on to this lead and hold on and get out of here with a win, they got to figure out a way to stop number 44, Grant Fritz, as he gets the conventional three-point play, cutting the lead down to 8 real fast. 43-35 Arrows, just 30 seconds into the third quarter. Beauchamp with the cross-court screen. Cohen gets his guy to leave his feet. Arrows have been doing a good job of that tonight. First half, they were making that shot. Lamar pulls up and looking under, and now we got Jake on Fritz. I thought maybe Rabine could have got a jump ball there.
Yeah, either that or a foul there on the arm. Couldn't see from where we are, but Arrow's got to not settle here. Keep attacking, keep the ball moving. That's when we're at our best. Coach Mack was open there on the sideline.
Yeah, I feel like that ball was tipped.
Yeah, I think we got it corrected there.
Do we have a replay of that by chance?
Coach, yeah, he's gonna have a seat. You know, we got the white coaching jerseys or the coaching shirts on along with the white jerseys. Cohen thought Coach was open there.
It's nice. It's a good look. Especially Tobin in the front there, a handsome man.
The Brookings sniper, Pat McClemens.
Rodden kicks it out. Jake at the top to start the third. Just misses wide left. Buffalo Bills fans everywhere cringe. They're more wide right, aren't they? I think they're wide right.
Yeah.
You get a foul there, Zion Cohen.
So a huge difference in the energy we came out with there at the beginning of the game to the second half. I mean, you can just feel it, right?
Yeah.
Just not.
I mean, even up here, like.
Yeah, it's a different feel
for sure
in the whole building here in to start the second.
Brendan Phillips is going to go to the line shooting 2 as the Arrows see their lead dwindle down to 7 now. 43-36 as number 42 Brendan Phillips is on the second end of his free throws. Gets a shooter's roll and that one goes in. 43-37. I feel like this is a pretty important possession for the Arrows, isn't it?
Yeah,
Brian?
we got to get something going here. Can't afford to have a third quarter where we don't get much done.
Rabine wide open in front of the Arrows bench, and he gets a green bean to fall in. Speaking of shooter's roll.
Is that number 2 or 3 for Marcus from 3?
I think it's 2. It's 2 for sure.
Yep. He got lost.
Good defense underneath. But Phillips is kind of taking control of this game underneath now as well.
Yeah, Aberdeen looking a lot more comfortable on the offensive end than in the first half.
Yeah, and
much more active defensively as well.
Would you? Oh boy, where's Mogg when you need him? I thought maybe Rabine got bumped there.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it. I think the ref would disagree with that, but yeah.
Yeah, you see it right there.
Yeah, he got fouled.
Yeah.
The reason he fell over.
Would you say, Brian, that Aberdeen has spurt ability?
Yeah, you know, yeah, I mean, most teams do. I don't think, I think Brent would be the first to tell you that they're not going to go into games hoping to outscore teams, just like us too, right?
Sure.
We got to do it. We got to do it on both ends for sure, but they have the ability to just score in a hurry, no question about it.
5.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Arrows are still looking for their first basket.
Nice move.
And just got it from Caden Beauchamp underneath.
Really good pass by Jake. A little wrap-around bounce pass and kind of hit it in the only pocket it could go for Caden to catch it, and then Caden goes up strong.
Cascadian's really doing a good job underneath on guys that are bigger and taller as they force a turnover. Cohen's going to push it here as he goes to the right.
Shoot.
Can't get that to fall. Would you have liked to see, I mean, I know hindsight's 20/20, but would you have liked to see Cohen bring that up and wait?
No, the attack was good. I think he went to take off kind of and just, didn't elevate, like, just fumbled it a bit in the air, whatever it was. But the attack, the idea was good. Just we didn't execute on it.
Cam Olsen bangs one in for 2 of his own. Great crossover there by Rod, and he gets fouled.
Whistle. Cadwell finally gave us a call over there.
Yeah, I think number 30, Cooper Eisenbeis, may have taken a shot to the eye or maybe to the bridge of his nose. Rodden's going to go to the line here for 2. Makes his first one. Checking in for the Arrows is Engstrom, and for Aberdeen is number 5, Jack Carlson, and number 32, Colby Dowland.
So Brent, Aberdeen, they sub. He plays a solid 8-9 man rotation here tonight, and he's not afraid. You can tell he has confidence in him too, because he subs him in pretty early.
Did you talk to him much at all during the week?
No, I didn't. Of course, as you know, you and I are hard at work, that type of deal. But sure. I did not touch base. I think if I would have touched base with him, he would have sang the sad song and dance, how bad they're playing, and we'll be lucky to stay in the game. A lot of coach speak.
Sure. Saying a lot of things without really not saying anything at all.
Yeah, so we just avoided that.
Sure, fair enough.
I should have been doing my homework and getting some inside info, I guess. Oh,
nice move. Tough play there by number 50, Cam Olsen, on the reverse layup.
Olsen's come in and giving him good minutes tonight.
Yeah, and that's a tough shot as Engstrom doesn't hesitate. Number 10 comes down with the rebound, and that's Parker Lamar. He hurt us last time these 2 teams play. Lamar has got 8 tonight. Not sure, he's probably up to 3-4 rebounds now. Number 10, Parker Lamar.
Yeah, it's hard on our stats. I think they got him down for 1, but he's been more active than that. No, they do have 3.
Yeah, and speaking of 3, he just hits a 3 of his own and cuts the lead down to 4 for the Arrows now.
Yeah, officially have a ball game here.
Absolutely, a brand new game.
Credit to Aberdeen. I think we knew they weren't going to roll over by any means, but they've come back and are now kind of, they're the ones in rhythm, and we're on our heels a bit.
Jake gets his guy to leave his feet, gets underneath, dumps it down to Beauchamp. Beauchamp can't get that one to fall. But, when Coach Norberg has been at it for 28 years, I mean, this isn't his first time.
No, not his first one. 28 years.
28 years.
Yeah.
Yep. 19th year at Aberdeen Central.
Yeah, those days are days and coaches are harder to come by to do it that long. It's, done a good job. And
he's pretty young yet, too, right?
Yeah, he's young. Absolutely. Not as young as his younger brother, but he is very young.
Is he 50?
Yeah. And let's say this, Brent's very young for his age, I think. Young for his age. He has 3 kids under 4 years old, so he better be young.
He's got 3 kids under 4?
Yeah,
and how old is he?
Yeah, like it or not, he's young. I'm not divulging how old he is. That's crossing the professional line that you and me have drawn.
I don't feel like it is. I'm happy to say I'm 43 years young. So it's.
Well, okay, he's older than 43, and I'm 47, so he's older than me.
Let me tell you what, man. I'm 43, and my youngest kid is 17 years old.
Yeah, right. I know. Yeah.
So that's pretty wild.
Yeah, it is.
Geez, that's a great move there by Brendan Phillips. 51-48 Arrows. 3 minutes left in the third. We need a great move there by Engstrom. Can't quite get it to fall.
So apparently Matt Cadwell is just going to call travel on any spin, and that's what you get this year. So it's what's hard, because I don't think regardless what happens, they're going to see a spin move and they're going to call it. And the other 2 refs maybe aren't. So, and then from night to night, it's different. But I thought it was a good move by Will.
Yeah, I thought it was a good move by Will too. As Lamar is going to attack the basket, he's going to get 2 more. 51-50.
Maybe a timeout by Coach.
That's what I was thinking. We're going to get Jake and Rodden to enter back in the game at the next break. Great pass there to get it underneath. And Cohen's going to take a green bean and bury one. Needed it bad. 54-50 Arrows. Hold your breath, Brian. It's going to be one of those games.
Great catch by Torgy in the corner.
Get
just
that.
to catch it.
There you go, another turnover here. Going to get a foul called on Aberdeen. That's going to be on number 32, Colby Dewan. I'm told that we're going to have a guest to the booth here at the end of the third quarter. Yeah.
Just a blind, or not a blind guess, but.
No, he can see.
Yeah.
He can see. So Coach John Hodorf is going to join us in the booth here at the end of the third quarter. So stick around for him. Talk about maybe their upcoming season and what a great season they had. Get in front of him, Caden. Great defense. Oh, that's great defense by Caden Beauchamp. But Grant Fritz follows it up with a two-hand dunk. Impressive.
Yeah, nice play by Fritz there.
Yeah, great play by Fritz to clean it up and stuff it with some authority as there's 98 seconds left in the third quarter, and the Arrows are clinging to a 54-52 lead.
Yeah, third quarter has belonged, no question. Third quarter has belonged to the Golden Eagles for sure.
Good timeout here by Coach McClemens too.
I think Brent called it. So Aberdeen called the timeout.
Oh, Aberdeen got the timeout.
Yeah, just to reset, close the quarter.
Well, maybe Coach McClemens called the timeout on that end.
Yeah, maybe. I think just probably definitely on the Arrows huddle right now, resetting. Might be some rather direct words going on right now.
You think maybe that's an alley-oop there and not a miss?
That was a miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a miss. Worked out.
Yeah.
Worked out.
Yeah, worked out well. Worked out really well. 54-52 Arrows. Arrows really kind of let this third quarter get away from them.
Yeah, they did. We got another.
Yeah, we'll Coach Hordorf will sit belly up next to you there, and we'll pop this microphone on for him, and we'll be good to go.
So yeah, hanging on to this 2-point lead. See if we can get some momentum here going in the fourth.
They gotta tighten up those passes, don't they, Brian? They could get an over and back. Some of these passes are a little lackadaisical.
And I think Aberdeen's extended a bit. They've extended out a bit, and then that's just too far of a pass, right? If you look at where he made it from, it's just too long of a pass.
90 seconds left here. Aberdeen's looking to tie or potentially take the lead here. I think I like Fritz being up top there and not underneath. Going to get a foul here on Beauchamp. Lamar maybe jam a finger there. Maybe not. Minute 18 here, 54-52 still. New shot clock for Aberdeen after the foul. Arrows have 3 fouls. Aberdeen Central has 3 fouls as well. And we're going to strap in for what should be a pretty exciting fourth quarter. Good defense there by Rabine holding his ground, but golly. Phillips goes right around him, and the ball goes right to him, gets his layup, or gets his own rebound, and knocks it out for an easy 2. Tie game. It's been moved by Jake there. Got to get some spacing here by the Arrows. There's too many guys in that corner.
Yeah, we've lost their rhythm here offensively, and credit to Aberdeen as well. They have something to do with it.
Tough no call there.
No, it was a good block. Yeah, good block. We're gonna have 7 on the clock here to get one. Make or miss. Aberdeen will hold for the last shot, I would assume. See if we can get a bucket.
Good tip there from Beauchamp to Rodham.
Dylan knows.
3-2. Rodham's going to turn it over. I think we might have an injury down there. That's Cooper Eisenbeis. I hope he's okay. He is. He got up and he's back in the game here, back in the play.
That's a tough one.
Brian, I'm being asked to have you scoot over one.
Okay.
If you can. 9.2 seconds left here, tie game. Coach Hodorf is joining us right now.
Well, hopefully he brings a little momentum for the Arrows here.
Deep three there by Aberdeen as he buries it, and that's number 5, Jet Carlson.
He got fouled.
Did they call it?
They better have. If they didn't.
Right back here, I think we got the foul call.
Yep.
57-54 Arrows. That's going to send Torgerson to the line for 3.
What's up, Coach Hodorf?
Coach,
good to have you. Good to have you up here.
You got your microphones hot, and if you remember from football season, right up to the grill there when you're ready. Josie Kenley trying to get on the flex cam. Sheesh. All right, Torgerson's going to the line here. You missed that first one?
Yeah, we missed the first.
Misses the second.
Let's get one, Torgy.
Get one on the board here. Make it I mean, it is a one-possession game, but confidence booster here. I mean, there you go. There you go. Gets one. 57-55 Arrows. 8 minutes left, and we got the fourth quarter, and that's it. But we are joined in the booth here by Coach Hodorf, coach of the Watertown Arrow football team. How we doing, Coach?
Doing good tonight.
Let's not forget about the 8th grade head coach as well. 8th grade basketball.
Yep, 8th grade basketball. It's been a fun season so far. We're having a blast.
Done a good job.
But brought some awards up that we have during football season. We get to award some of the people who help out with football, and Arrow TV, this whole group's been great for Arrow football and have done a lot of great things for Arrow athletics generally. So we got a award for Arrow TV. It's a Friend of Football award.
Very nice.
Everybody who's involved with Arrow TV, we just want to say thank you to all of you guys for everything you do. We also got Sam Mooney and
Appreciate
Ryan
that,
Remmers. We got you guys Friend of Football awards.
Appreciate that.
For all the great things you guys did during football season. It was a fun season for us, and thank you for everything you guys did during the year.
You know, I got to tell you, Coach, that I had so much fun doing calling the Arrow football games this year, and everywhere I went, whether it was for personal or professional, all anybody ever wanted to do was talk about Arrow football. So and you guys did such a great job with your team, and the upcoming team was actually watching film earlier on the Arrows, and should be just as good, if not better, next year.
Yeah, hopefully it is. We just need to get some confidence and get on the winning trail with every sport we got going on right now. It'd be nice if we could pick it up right here, get back on track in the fourth quarter in this game also.
Yeah, Arrows jumped out to an 18-point lead here tonight, and then now have lost that lead and are trailing by 4. Aberdeen misses a 3 there. Great job by Caden Beauchamp there, not giving up on that play and getting the block.
Well, you're not getting away that easy.
Yeah, you got to stick around for a little bit.
We got to get some insight out of you.
Yeah, we got talk about Caden.
I kind of thought you'd bring up my freshman football coaching career, Coach Hodorf. You know, I got my career record in my backpack. No, I don't have it with me. I'm just kidding. We don't want to bring that up.
Norberg was a fantastic freshman football coach.
Oh, there we go.
Favorite play was bubble screen.
Yeah, bubble screen. That, as you know, thanks for bringing that up down in Huron, wasn't it? That didn't work out very well. I think that was a pick 6 going the other way. That's why I gave you one of those. That was my bad, Coach. My bad.
You got a couple football players on the court tonight, Coach. Cohen Kranz is down there. Caden Beauchamp, he's going to go play at the next level in Madison. Great take there by Dylan. Tell us a little bit about Caden Beauchamp and how proud you are of him.
Caden's a great football player. He did a good job all season long. Does everything you ask him to do, works hard in the weight room, works hard at football, works hard at basketball. The other football player we have on the court right now is Cohen, and Cohen overachieved huge this year.
Yeah.
Coming in, we didn't know if he was going to be a guy who's going to play a little bit here and there, and he came out and played pretty much the entire game offensively, every game the whole season, and had a great season doing it. Caught a lot of balls, made a lot of good blocks. So.
Yeah, Cohen was a lot of fun to watch in football, and the maturation of him in basketball has been a lot of fun to watch too. As I think we need a timeout here, Brian.
Yeah, the wheels have fallen off here a bit. Just kind of as good as things went the first half, it's gone south that bad in the second half here.
There it is. We'll take this opportunity to stick around with Coach Hoderuff a little bit. So you lose Juven, and you lose some of that front seven with Simon.
Simon, Austin.
Yeah.
Caden. Those guys are going to be big losses. Losing Cohen, we had Peyton Bisker played well for us.
Yeah, Peyton was great.
For being his first year playing football, he did a great job too.
You get Micah Hawk in your system for another year, and how exciting has his offseason been?
It's been pretty exciting so far. Once he gets done with wrestling, we get to the spring recruiting. It could get pretty fun in Watertown, seeing what happens with Micah.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, Micah's getting recruited on a pretty big scale. University of Wyoming, Kansas State. He flirted with Iowa a little bit, right?
He's got offers right now at SDSU, NDSU, USD, and UND, I think. And then he's got visits to a bunch of Power 5 schools right now that he'll have to go see.
And how exciting is that for you as a coach to get to coach a young man like that with that kind of talent?
It's always exciting to coach really good football players. I mean, we had Spencer Wagey, who just played in a Super Bowl. We have guys like Micah who have potential to play at a high college level. Spencer Winches is a good football player.
Great shot there by Dylan Rodden as he gets the bounce, and I love watching Spencer Winches play football, Coach. Like that kid, he does it all. He's like a Swiss Army knife. Plays how many different positions and punts. Arrows get the turnover here, trying to potentially tie this one up.
Yeah, a little sign of life here coming out of the half, or excuse me, out of the timeout. Foul.
A couple Arrow bodies on the ground there. That offensive line for your Arrows, you're pretty excited for them this upcoming season?
Offensive line, yeah, we only are missing about one or two guys that played significant amount of minutes last year. Everybody else is coming back. Yep. We got some young kids that are going to be pretty good too.
How excited are you about the freshman that got a lot of minutes last year on special teams?
Yeah, Lincoln's going to be
Lincoln Scott, there you go.
Great
job by Will getting underneath, cutting the lead down to 1. Yeah, Lincoln Scott, how excited are you about him?
It's going to be a fun season for all those guys, and there's a bunch of sophomores that could come out and play really well for us.
Great defense there by Beauchamp. Here's doing a good job here. Energy has definitely picked up. See if Beauchamp can hit Jake.
Oh.
Little too deep. Jake does a good job of corralling it out to Dylan. Can't get the bounce. This place would have went nuts. Oh, Will gets the steal. Fly Eagles 11 chimes in. That's my oldest from Philadelphia. He says that's awesome. Congrats, Dad. Fun to see you fulfill your dream and do it so well. Appreciate that, Kaden. Thanks for watching. Austin Stockey, Coach Norbert led the 2000 Arrows freshman team to a 9-0 record.
Oh, Stockey.
How about that?
And Stockey was a vital part of that, for sure.
Great Philadelphia Eagles fan, too.
Well, yeah. Tell you what, he moved some people and created a lot of touchdowns for us.
Hey, Beauchamp goes up with the left hand as he takes the lead back for the Arrows. 64-63.
We got a ball game, Coach Hodorf. Got a ball game. You might need to stay here now. I mean, things are rolling.
Good help defense. That one's going to fall for one opportunities. 65-64.
So at least we see a little energy here out of the home team. But this is a back and forth affair now, I think, the rest of the way out here, Sam.
Yeah, and hopefully the Arrows can just. And you figure you score 64 points in a high school basketball game, that should be enough to get it done for you. But they scored 80 points on Friday against Roosevelt, gave up 76, and then may have to get to 75 tonight.
Yeah, and I credit a lot of this to, Aberdeen came out as a different team defensively, too. And that's added to our woes in the second half. But, yeah, we just got out of sync. And sometimes you get up to a big lead, and the human nature for especially high school kids is to relax.
Really,
no matter what you say, it's just hard to fight human nature sometimes. And at the same time, the other team's coming at you.
Good job by Jake getting that out there. I thought Colin was going to pop that one.
You know, Coach, what we hadn't told you is Will takes one. Let's go, Willie.
Great. Oh, he follows his rebound, and Caden just kind of gets in the way of that one. That's a tough break for the Arrows.
Yeah, 2-point game, 3 minutes to go.
Aberdeen shooting quickly, which is nice. Go get it. Go get it. Cohen does a good job of getting it. Slows it down a little bit. Big possession here from the Arrows to tie this one up. Cohen from the corner for a green bean to take the lead.
Big shot by
67-66 as Cohen Kranz buries that one in the corner.
Yeah, way to get the feet set. Didn't even think about it. Hey, what we did tell you is that Sam and I, we've been talking a little about Tyson's on board with it, but I might be down on the sideline following you back and forth, trying to get some, we'll have a hot mic on you. Each quarter break, you and me are going to have a conversation, kind of a manning cast with a coach type deal.
Sure.
Is that going to be, is that
you got
cool?
nothing else going on, right? You could do that?
I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
actually.
that'd be okay. I think that'd be fun.
The games I'm make not in the stadium for, I listen to Arrow TV, and I do everything I can to mute the color. So.
Don't blame you one bit. All joking aside, I mean, while I got you here, I can't thank you enough for the access that you gave us. Being able to watch Huddle and get caught up on not only the opposing team but the players. And looking into next year, and I know it's a ways away, but Himrick, the maturation of Himrick from game 1 to the playoff game was pretty impressive. I mean, you got to be excited about him coming back.
Yeah, and Trayton has had a phenomenal offseason. He's going to have a great baseball season this year. I think he's probably put on 10 to 15 pounds.
Wow.
Gotten faster, jumps higher, stronger. So he's having a great year. And
you just described his dad right there. Good looking, stronger, faster. If anyone knows Jason, they know what I'm talking about.
Trayton's decision-making skills got so good throughout the year. He was just really fun to watch. Speaking of fun to watch, 2.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter here as Aberdeen takes one from the top of the perimeter. Great box out by Beauchamp. Arrows clinging on to a 1-point lead. Boy, Dylan hung up there for a while. Tough contested shot by Will. Can't get that to fall. If you're Aberdeen here, I mean, nothing changes, right? You're not trying to milk any clock. You're just trying to get set up a good shot.
Down one, you're playing. Just we've had a hard time. They kind of gotten everything they wanted for most of the half here. We just haven't made them take a lot of tough shots. So not just, we thought maybe coming out that Fritz would just hurt us down low, but really their guard play, all of a sudden we've been the ones on our heels, and they've kind of gotten a lot of the shots that they want.
Yeah, Fritz has been a little quiet the second half, but we've seen a lot of Lamar. Yeah.
Good job by Caden. Stay down.
Yep, great job by Caden. Giving up size and weight there underneath. Done a really good job on Fritz in the second half. Good job by the Arrows here. 8 on the shot clock. There's Lamar there, drives right past Cohen for 2.
Cohen just got a little straight up and down on the closeout there.
Cohen goes right back coast to coast and gives it up. Good look underneath to Jake for the Arrows. Take the lead again, 69-68.
Just kind of went away from some of this stuff here for a while. It's good to see that we've got back to it.
Arrows staying in man, looks like, Brian.
Yep. Yeah, we got to keep the dribble out of the paint. Dribble drive needs to stay out of the paint here.
Caden doing a great job playing tough defense on Fritz underneath.
Another closeout.
Good job by Beauchamp coming over and swatting that one away. 56 seconds left here as the Arrows clinging on to a 1-point lead. It's going to be a timeout, Arrows.
Coach going to call the timeout. Good call there, Coach Hodorf. Would you have called the timeout there? I believe so.
In 8th grade, probably not.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Tell us about the 8th grade boys. How they looking?
We got a good 8th grade group, showing a lot of improvement throughout the year this year. Started out a little bit tough. I think we lost our first 4, but then last week we went 11-3 last week as a group with our A, B, and C team. So there's a little bit of a future there if guys decide they want to win and get in the weight room and get into some open gyms and get their basketball skills better. They'll have a good career.
I gotta ask, how's what do we have a status update on Briggs? How's he doing? I mean, I'm assuming he's 100% healthy.
Not yet. I mean, he's close. He's doing everything athletically. He's running around the gym during PE class and that kind of thing. He's doing his weights and that stuff, but he's not 100% yet. He's close.
Wow.
He will be in no time now.
Good. He was really fun to watch. It'll be exciting to get him back on the field in 24.
You think you can find a spot for him next year somewhere?
Yeah, Nathan he's a sneaky athletic guy. He's the biggest.
I don't even know if it's
sneaky.
sneaky.
Class.
Yeah.
I
bet he's a great 5-down football guy in PE class.
That touchdown that he had in the back of the end zone by the pylon before he got hurt.
He is great.
That was phenomenal. Speaking of phenomenal here, let's see if the Arrows can get a bucket, extend this lead to at least 3.
Whatever set we had, we did not execute. This is a big possession here for the Arrows.
What are you looking for here for the Arrows?
Right
well, there you get Rodden underneath.
Oh.
That's big because that takes the shot clock off too.
Yeah, it's still going to be underneath. You know, that's with this new foul deal. It's still going to be underneath. Next one will be on the line.
Right, but now there's no shot
clock.
Now
no shot clock, yeah.
Yep.
Now no shot clock, and we're up 1. So that changes things a lot. That's a big call.
Especially with 8 seconds left on the shot clock. I mean, that's a great move there. Beauchamp gets underneath for 2 and extends the lead to 3.
So we got a 3-point game.
Aberdeen does have 1 timeout left.
Trying to run him off the 3-point line. Don't help in off the 3-point line.
Get that rebound. Fritz comes in and gets a rebound. Blocked by Beauchamp, and they're going to call a foul.
And that's a good call. Fritz comes in flying out of nowhere. I was kind of surprised on the initial penetration. Lamar didn't kick it out because we helped off the 3. But now gets to the free throw line. Now we've been in this situation a lot this year, right? We have the lead. They're at the free throw line, whether they make 1 or 2. The big thing is rebound. Second thing is we have timeouts. Take your time because we do have 1 timeout left, but with 19 on the clock, we just got to make sure, get the ball into the right person, knock down the free throws.
As a team, Aberdeen Central is shooting about 66% from free throw line.
Who do we got on the line right now, Sam? I didn't see quite who we had on the line.
Is it Fritz on the line?
I don't think so. Fritz got the board, but then kicked
it out.
Yeah, it looks like 32. Who's our guy? 32.
32. That's Colby Dowen.
Yeah, Dowen. He's had a nice game. He's come off the bench and given them some really good minutes tonight. As Dowen steps to the free throw line, I don't know the number of attempts he's had this year. I think maybe I stole your stats, Sam.
See if we can get the junior high crowd into a Coach Hodorf's 8th grade basketball team, get after it, make this a little difficult for him. Boy, apparently the bank's open at 8:30 at night because that hit the center of the square.
0 for 2 on the year before that shot in the varsity game on the free throw line. So
yeah, that one.
Credit to him.
Yeah, I mean.
Now in this one, hey, you got a box. We got a box.
Free throw is up and it draws the back of the iron. Great, tough, contested rebound by Cohen Krantz.
Yeah, it's not easy. You got those guys down there. Good job by Cohen.
We saw a little bit of that from Cohen in the football season, jumping up and catching at the high point. Does that there. Corrals the rebound. He's going to go to the line for 2. It's pretty important that he gets this first one, right? Like this first one's pretty big.
Both big. Yeah, well, yeah, let's be honest. I mean, the first one, guy said, they got to get a 3 to tie if you make both, and it's a 2-possession game. So.
Right. First one just draws the back of the iron here. 71-69 Arrows, 17.4 seconds left.
So offensive, defensive sub there. Rebound for Olsen. So let's see if Cohen can knock this down, make it a 3-point game. Got it.
Perfect.
So now at this point, I got to run him off 3-point line. Don't help.
Hey, good turnover there by the Arrows. Gets it back into the hands of Rodden. He's going to get fouled. 9.3 seconds left, and send our senior captain Dylan Rodden to the line.
Tough finish there. Game's not over by any means, but we got the guy we want on the free throw line here, shooting 2. What a weird game. Very interesting game.
I think I said a couple minutes ago that you may have to get to 75 to win this game.
But with 3 minutes to go, we were dead in the water with no energy. Then all of a sudden, the switch flipped, and the roles flipped again, right?
Yeah.
Where to start the game, we were the aggressors. Then Aberdeen was for half the game, and then at the end, they were just
2
finished.
clutch free throws by Dylan Rodden to extend the lead to 5.
Don't foul.
That's going to do it. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe not. Yep, that'll do it. 74-71.
I think they might be giving run a timeout there with about, can't be more than 0.1 or 2.
Got to be under a second left.
Can't be more than 0.1 or 2. I think you literally, it shouldn't be any more than point. I don't know how they're going to determine this.
You got to put, in order to get a shot off, it's got to be like 0.3. 0.3, is that what it is?
Or more.
Okay, so they got 0.4.
So they're putting 0.4, and I tell you what, that is generous.
Yeah, I kind of thought so too. Here we get the replay here.
Oh, this is great. So right
0.2.
there, so the ball doesn't go in the basket until 0.3. So how are we at 0.4, and how do they decide this?
And I mean, the ball wasn't even through the net at 0.2 yet.
No, it was it was 0.3. And I mean, the officials don't have a screen like we do.
Right. And I mean, that's tough to do it on the fly.
Yeah, but it kind of bothers me that we just guess at the high school level then.
Yeah, I mean, if we have, the ball's still in the net at 0.2.
Yeah, but but we haven't. There's no timeout yet, though.
Right.
So you got to watch. So really, it's when Brent calls a timeout.
Well, and on the shot, the game clock, we have 0.4.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So
the 0.4, regardless, I think if we do something where if you can't get it in here, now we do have another timeout. So if you're in trouble, call timeout, right? But if you can't get it in, you throw it far enough down court without throwing it out of bounds, because it ends up back right underneath their basket. But just get it in. We're probably overanalyzing here. Just can't throw it to Aberdeen in a shooting motion right here.
Yeah, just get it in. There we go. Get it in. Runs it out.
Yep.
74-71.
Well, good
like
job,
to thank
Coach
Hodor for coming in.
Way to kind of
Appreciate everything.
Kind of brought us
Thank
home
you.
there, Coach.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Took his energy and took it to a win. Appreciate you, Coach. Thank you. We are going to take a quick 60-second timeout brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union, and then we'll come up and wrap up this exciting basketball game between two talented basketball teams.
I'm Dylan Rodden, I'm a senior.
I'm Gabe Norberg, I'm a junior. Would you rather be a great artist or a renowned scientist?
Great artist. Would you rather be itchy or sticky forever?
Sticky. You have to give up one for a week. Your phone or showering?
Showering.
It's just a regular week.
Are you a Swiftie or not?
Nah. She ain't good.
Alright.
Is Bigfoot real?
Nah, not a chance. Who's your celebrity crush?
Livy Dunn. Be honest, are some babies just kind of ugly?
100%. Yeah. What's the best animal sound you can make?
Probably a goat. Jeez. You're a pro wrestler. What's your walk-up song?
Grove Street Party by Waka Flocka Flame. What are you really bad at?
Nothing.
That's not true.
Well,
6 minutes left.
Oh, yeah.
Whoops. 74-71, Arrows win over the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. Eagles are going to drop to 7-10. The Arrows are going to improve to 10-7. Whoa. Where do you start?
Whoa.
Wow.
What just happened?
Incredible basketball game. I'll ask you. I mean, you tell me what the heck happened.
I mean, we were talking about it, whether on air or off air, but about the 3:30 mark, Aberdeen had all the momentum. We either got down 5 or 7 at one point.
Yeah, I thought it was +5.
And then about that 3.5 minute mark, things flipped again. All of a sudden, Aberdeen looked like they didn't want it, and Watertown was playing with that same kind of level of confidence that they were in the first quarter, or first 2 quarters, really, first quarter and a half. But kind of interesting game. It mirrored Aberdeen, the game that we had up in Aberdeen somewhat. Yeah. The first quarter and a half, we were really good, really got off to a hot start, and then Aberdeen closed the first half, and then they come on the third quarter and dominated us and gets the lead. And then really we kind of are just kind of in the same mode in the fourth quarter until about that 3:30 mark, and off we went. And so credit to the Arrows, a win's a win's a win, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
you don't need to draw a picture because it wasn't pretty in the second half, but they were able to hang on, not only hang on, but kind of, come back after having a big lead, losing it, and then come back. So credit to them, credit to Aberdeen's kids. They didn't lay down. They really played a really good game. I'm sure Brent's going to be really frustrated just that they weren't able to close it, because in a lot of ways they deserved it.
Sure.
And you could have said the same thing about Watertown up in Aberdeen too.
Aberdeen,
So,
yeah.
but really,
is it safe to say, Brian, that this team is resilient?
oh, no question. This team, these guys growing up, they've won a lot, right? So they know how to win, and that's something you can't teach. You either have groups of kids groups that you coach that either you can't teach them and coach that belief they're going to win. Sometimes I think it drives you nuts because they're up and down a little bit. We have these lulls, but when it came down to it, we were the team that made the plays, and there's multiple guys that did. Jake had the big first quarter, got in foul trouble, ends up with 11 points. He only gets 2 in the second half. But we get Dylan. Dylan gets 19 to lead the Arrows. But look at this again. We have 4 guys in double figures. We have Jake at 11, Cohen Kranz at 12, Caden Beauchamp at 13, and then Dylan at 18. So again, 4 guys in double figures. I don't care who you are. That's tough to cover. And it's very concerning for opponents because you don't know who's going to hurt you. Then you have Will and Marcus with 8 and 9 points respectively as well. So probably the most balanced effort maybe we've had all year. And Aberdeen, they're 2 guys, not 2 guys, but Lemur gets 17. Phillips ends up with 18. He had a big second half, and then Fritz he only, I believe, had 2 then in the second half.
He was pretty quiet in the second half, and a lot of that credit needs to go to Caden Beauchamp.
Yeah.
And Beauchamp did a phenomenal job on the glass, too, as he led the way with 7 rebounds, right?
Yeah.
7, 8?
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, Caden Beauchamp had a sensational second half.
I agree. Caden was very active there in that second half and did a lot just on the defensive end to try to limit. And it's not only Fritz, they bring in Olsen as well, another big athletic body. So they have, like we said at the beginning of the game, some good size and athleticism out there, and it really showed on the boards for a while until that last part of the game where we were able to start cleaning up the glass. But we end up, the Arrows 59% for overall from the field, 11 of 20 for 55% from 3. And I feel like most of those were taken in the first half. Maybe we had 6 to 7 of those in the second half, but Aberdeen ends up at 36% from 3, 54% overall. So and I think 22 to 22 on the boards. The assists are really close together. Aberdeen maybe had 2 or 3 more turnovers than Watertown did, according to the stats we have, but a very evenly matched 2 teams. Yeah. And I think if we played again tomorrow, we'd have probably a similar close game with these 2 teams.
That was a fun basketball game to watch, well coached by both sides, just back and forth. Like I said, stood in the middle of the ring and just kept punching each other in the mouth, haymaker after haymaker after haymaker. And talk about resilient. I mean, Aberdeen, super resilient, get down by 18, take a 5-point lead. It goes back and forth a little bit, and they were in it up until the last possession.
Yeah, they had control of the game. Those are ones when you're a coach, you lose a little sleep over just because how hard it was to get back over the hump and actually get a lead, and then to see Watertown get it back at the end. But for the Arrows, no question about it, like we talked at the beginning in the pregame, how important it is to get this one at home as we hit the road and go down to a hungry Huron team. Huron team that's been playing very well. We got to witness their worst game of the year here in the arena, and we played very well. So we'll go down there, and they will be out for blood.
Yeah, that's going to be a different
They'll
team.
be ready. Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. They're well coached with Coach Budenhagen and their guys. They've been playing well, and that'll be a great test for us to hit the road on Friday.
Ryan, what do we got coming up for the girls? Do we have an upcoming schedule? There we go. Ask and you shall receive there, Norberg. Girls basketball is going to be here versus Huron on Friday, February 16th at 6:40 p.m. That's this Friday. And then they're going to come back versus Yankton on Tuesday, February 20th. And, of course, the boys will be on the road for both of those games. And boys got 3 games left, Huron, Yankton, and Harrisburg.
It's winding down. Tournament time is going to be upon us.
Special thanks to Coach Hodor for coming in and giving us some blessings with not only his time, but recognizing the work of the Aero TV crew and what they do for the Friend of Football Award from South Dakota Football Coaches Association. That's pretty cool, pretty special for all of us. Coach Hodorf was just 10 out of 10 this basketball season. He was so great, so accommodating, just such a great guy. So I appreciate everything that he did for us. And we will be, boys aren't back home until a week from Friday.
Yeah, last game of the year.
Yep, last
we
game
go
of
on the road for 2 now and return and play against a really good Harrisburg team.
Technical director, thank you to Carter Miller, and replays Austin Thompson. Cameras was Mason Mogg, Jaron Mogg, Grace Remmers. Thanks for stepping in, Grace. Appreciate you. And of course Kyle Gall, and then the brainchild Ryan Remmers. Norberg, thank you for joining us tonight, and I'm sure you want to go talk to your family, so get the heck out of here. I'm going to take this opportunity to get the heck out of here too. Appreciate everybody watching from near and afar. God bless. We'll see you next week. Go Arrows.